An Ohio teenager is taking his school district to court as the controversy over a T-shirt grows. That shirt reads, "Jesus is not a homophobe." 16-year-old Maverick Couch wore the shirt on last year's Day of Silence, a day designed to protest the harassment and bullying of lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender children. Maverick says the shirt was meant to send a message of acceptance. His principal disagreed and asked him to remove it.
When I was asked to remove my shirt on the Day of Silence last year, I was baffled.
Now, the district stood by that decision, saying the shirt is sexual in nature and therefore indecent. Yesterday, Maverick and his attorney filed suit in court asking for a restraining order allowing him to wear the shirt on this year's Day of Silence, which is April 20th. What do you make of this controversy? Should Maverick be allowed to wear his shirt, or do you side with the school?
1015 Jan's Lady Law joining us today, and a lot of people say what the school district is doing is bullying this student. What do you think?
I think it's outrageous that it was on the Day of Silence that they asked him not to wear the shirt. It's not like he was just being a distraction. It was kind of going along with the theme of what that day was supposed to represent. So I kind of thought that was interesting.
And of course, you know, this is an epidemic.
Right.
Bullying is such an epidemic, and the fact that there is a Day of Silence to kind of shed some light and awareness on it, maybe just that day an exception?
Yeah, I think that people wear those shirts all the time, like "Jesus is my homeboy" or whatever. It has that same type of like, wait, you're not supposed to say that about things that strong or that religious or whatever. But I feel like he should be able to wear his shirt at the end of the day. If he wasn't doing anything distracting to anybody or being negative, I think it's fine. Let him wear his shirt.
Yeah, and if the T-shirt says, "But Jesus is not a homophobe."
Not a homophobe.
That is not sexual.
Yeah, that's what I had a hard time with.
Nature, homosexual, it's an orientation, not a sexual act.
Right.
I mean, come on.
And they call that indecent because of that sexual connotation, or at least they claim it's a sexual connotation.
But if that's what the day was about, was to avoid bullying for those types of things, transgender children, bisexual, homosexual, whatever, it's addressing that. It was in theme.
Well, what about if we play devil's advocate and say this is the rules? I mean, the rules state in the code of conduct that students are not allowed to wear sexual shirts. Is the word homophobe a sexual in nature?
No. I think I'm going to have to say no and say that it's an orientation, like you said. I don't know if it's sexual.
And I think if rules are unreasonable, I think they're meant to be broken or at least examined, and I think that's what's happening right now.
Yeah. Alrighty, here's what you guys are saying on Facebook. James Finstrom says, public schools K through 12 are no place for activism. It's distracting to education. It's not allowed.
Brent Neinberg says the only thing that should be happening in grade school is education. Distractions such as these only cause more distractions and lead to the school spending money in areas that have nothing to do with educating our children.
Jordan Coker says, if we tell our kids they can't express their opinion or beliefs, then we are taking away the rights the First Amendment has set in place. I understand this kid is not an adult, but he obviously has a view on the matter. Let him express it.
And Tara Byer says, rock on, kid. Awesome.
Yeah, and again, that's what a lot of people are saying. They're siding with him.
It wasn't the kid who was like, let's take this thing to court.
Right.
They made it the issue. They made it the distraction. They made it the big deal. And he was like, well, then I'll see your big deal with mine, and we'll take this to court.
And he wants money, claiming that there's been distress. So he's asked for an undisclosed amount of specific damages.
He wants to buy more shirts.
There you go.
He's like,
And pass them out to the school, right?